test. Well, welcome everyone. Great to see all these actually familiar faces. Oh, so many familiar faces. This is great. Yeah, it was funny like walking out here and like everyone's just like, I'm like, oh, I know everyone. This is wonderful. So thank you all for coming. Hopefully this will be a really fun evening of jazz. Without further ado, Count Basie, take it away. So that tune was Splanky by the Count Basie Orchestra, and you got to hear John Rathgaber playing the piano part. You also heard Evan Johnson on drums, Kinka Tran on tenor saxophone, and Kate Stute on tenor saxophone. Also, I feel like if you've been to an MG jazz concert in the last like 3 years, we've played Splanky at every concert. So I feel like it's just a good like MG tradition now. If you say it enough, it becomes a tradition, right? Yes, great. Our next tune is No Peppers, No Tomatoes by Doug Beach and George Chatouk. This is a super fun Latin tune that you're going to hear a really nice bass line played by Ben Abbey and John Rathgaber, as well as the Barry saxophones. You also hear Jackson White on Barry sax and Kinka Tran again on tenor. And then you also hear Jet Bailey on drums. Enjoy. Okay, our third tune has a little bit of a story. So the title is Jazz Police by the Gordon Goodwin Big Band. Well, the Gordon Goodwin Big Fat Band. And every year since I've been here, every grade has been like, hey, Mrs. Collins, are we playing Jazz Police this year? Every single year. And then during COVID, a lot of them took this home and were like, oh, I have it memorized. So I feel like part of the caveat of being like, oh yeah, let's do this was like, well, we can only do this if we play Jazz Police. So this is an MG one that every year, are we playing Jazz Police? So I was like, fine, we'll play Jazz Police. So super fun. First you will hear Josh Sheldon on guitar, and then you also get to hear Talon at Seth Grippen on the alto saxophone. Enjoy. I know, anybody else that I forgot? We should be good. Okay, you have a tune? You ready? I know. Everything is just fast. Huge congrats to everyone. That one, there's some notes on the page. I feel like there's always a joke about if they paid per note, who would get paid the most? I know. Who do you think it would be? Either the drummer or the piano player. Yeah. The next tune, and then I'll talk some more. The next tune is called Perdido, and it is composed by Juan Tizal, who is was an a Puerto Rican trombonist in the Duke Ellington Orchestra. And this song is actually well known as recorded by the Duke Ellington Orchestra. So enjoy. The first half of our program is just fast, faster, faster, and faster. So enjoy. So we'll give them a little chance to breathe because our songs were fast, faster, faster. So part of how this came about, I would think I could do this by now. There you go. So part of how this came about was we had some, I don't know what the correct word is, possibly just crazy. We had some people who had graduated last year and were like, hey, Mrs. Collins, can we come back and do the Memorial Day Parade with you? And I was like, oh, okay, sure. I know. Those of you who know, you know. They were like, well, we never got to do one in 2019. We didn't get to do one in 2020. So, like, can we just come back and play? I was like, okay, sure, sounds good. And then it was kind of just back to the normal of like, oh, yeah, they don't leave the band room. Like, the bell has rung. They don't even go to school here anymore. And, like, I want to go home, maybe, just for, like, a bit. And then I was like, you know what we should do? We should do an alumni jazz band. And they were like, yeah, that'd be so cool. So then, I know, you all know. So I was like, well, I'm not going to teach summer school this summer. So, like, what am I going to do with my life? So, you know, I was like, okay, well, jazz will be perfect. It'll be a small group. Yeah, no. I was like, yeah, we'll have, 10, 15 people. Great. Easy peasy. And so I started inviting some people, and then it was like, well, if you invite so-and-so, you have to invite so-and-so. And I was like, okay, great, we'll add people. So I think, I don't know. Someone can do the math of how many people are up here, but it started as a small idea of just, we'll get the group back together, we'll play, and then they all showed up, and it's been really great. So just a huge thank you to all of you people, and I know it's been cool. But it's just been so cool to have everyone back. Because as you know, when you're in high school band, you just don't leave this wing. And then all of a sudden you graduate one day and it's like, okay, bye. I'll just still be here. So it's just been really cool that they come back. So just really quick, a few random things. So we have students from many grades. Oh, I guess I can move this. It's not connected to the ground. Raise your hand if you graduated in 2018. That's cool. 5 of you. Raise your hand if you graduated in 2019. Okay. Oh! There's one. Raise your hand if you graduated in 2020. Cool. 2021. 2022. And I know this doesn't fit with the alumni portion, but 2023? So hopefully this will continue. I said first annual in hopes that it'll just continue every year. So we'll do my best. But it's been so cool having everyone back. And I shouldn't be surprised, they like this. I guess I'm just surprised every time. I still can't get rid of you. You graduated a while ago now. No, just kidding. They're lovely. We appreciate them. So our next tune is Doxy, composed by Sonny Rollins, who's a very famous tenor saxophone player. And you will hear from tenor saxophonist Kyle Fink, as well as trombonist Alex Sievert. Enjoy. And I'm not going to start until I give you microphones. So please hold. The next piece you will recognize. We kind of have been joking around with where the commas are. Clearly, we're already nerds, so we're just going to own it. But the way that the comma falls, we're going to call this sing, sing, sing. It's not that funny. You will all recognize this. You get to hear Jet Bailey on the drums again. But I'm pretty sure this is an original, not an original, a transcription by the one and only Tadas Naherniak. So we probably don't have the rights, but that's fine. Just enjoy. So as many of you know, we have a very active show choir. And I'm just curious, this group up here, how many of you were in show choir band? When I say when they were in high school, they never left. You know. Yeah. How many of you actually played that when you were in show band? Sing, sing, sing. Okay. Kelsey said, well, we tried. That's fair. Very nice. The next tune we have for you is called Greetings and Salutations and is composed by Thad Jones, who wrote and played a lot for the Count Basie Orchestra. So as you know, everything we play is like, how does it relate back to Count Basie or Duke Ellington? So this one was composed by Thad Jones. It came about as a recording in 1975 when he and a group recorded at a Swedish radio station, and they made an album with this on it. But you get to hear Elizabeth Stang on flute. You also get to hear Talon Ed Seth Griffin on alto saxophone. Kevin Cortez on tenor saxophone. And Jet Bailey on drums. Enjoy. Okay, this brings us to our last song of the night. I know. I know. Well, a few of them were like, we need to play. Okay, so I feel like, right, when every grade is in school, we have like a song that is just like the song that keeps coming back. One of them is the Jazz Police, which we finally actually got to play. But the other song we played in 2018, we played The Chicken. And so the 2018 people are like, oh, The Chicken. And they were like, Mrs. Collins, we need to play The Chicken. And I was like, here's the thing. We'll play it next year. And then we have to do this next year. You see? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you never know. So our last piece of the night is called Samba para Agua Azul, composed by Ray Ortiz. And this one you get to hear a lot of solos, which is really exciting. You get to hear from Elizabeth Stang on flute, Kelvin Geischert on trumpet, Jackson White on bari saxophone, and James Vaughn on trombone. But once again, just thank you all for being here. Thank you, people, for being like, sure, we'll do this. But yeah, it's just been really, 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 one more time, really, really cool to like get the band back together. So keep coming to concerts, keep hanging out. Yeah, as you know, we just never leave. So thank you. Enjoy this last song, and then go get ice cream. Mr. K is not here to remind you, so I will tell you you need to get ice cream when we're done. Thank you all. Enjoy our last tune. Thank you all so much for coming. This sounds like a normal concert. Musicians, we do need to clear the stage before you get ice cream. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to Mr. Bidorf and AV for recording us. Thank you, everyone.